Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. So this is exciting. This is actually a video request for Ali. So Ali left a comment in one of my videos asking me to do an update of my Traveler's Notebook collection, how they're wearing, how I'm using them, what I'm liking, what I'm not liking, or stuff like that, I suppose. So I thought I would get into it. This is my collection. This was the very first one I ever got, and these three are Chic Sparrow. This is Ink Bandits. So you can see Chic Sparrow here. And this is a Mr. Darcy Toffee Deluxe in the personal size. I believe Chic Sparrow though have always are constantly changing the names of their colours, the names of their styles, so I don't think Mr. Darcy is anymore, and I think they're calling the colour different too. So I'm not sure what they call it now, but it has these pockets at the front. As you can see, I don't really use them. A pocket at the back with a ruler I've just placed in there. It has 4 elastics, but I've only used 3 of them to put my inserts in. Now I'm not going to show you the insides of some of my inserts, but I got a dashboard. And I got a dashboard, I think, from Chic Sparrow. And I got some other accessories. Yeah, it's from Chic Sparrow there. Cool. I got some other accessories like a Ziploc pouch for some of the journals, and those ones I got from Etsy from various different places depending on what size I got. I made the signatures myself, or the TN inserts, these things, these notebooks, that's what they're called. This one I was using for my business, Willow Bound Journals, just keeping track of details. This one I record every single journal that I make. So the title of the journal and all that kind of thing. And just one second, my cat is chewing something he's not meant to be chewing. No, no. Alright, back again. And this one is for just general note taking, addresses and phone numbers and things I just need to keep track of in the moment. So that is that one, and this one sits on my desk. It stays on my desk at all times, and you can see how it's been kind of marked up. I used to be very precious about my Traveler's Notebooks and didn't want it scratched up until I learned that people out there really like these kinds of things. They like having a cover being marked up like this and kind of banged around because it shows its history and it's been worn, and the whole point of a Traveler's Notebook is actually that you travel with it and you can just put it in your bag and it gets marked up and all that kind of stuff. So I also have a cat, so there are some claw marks from my cat, and you know, I don't mind. I don't mind. Past me would have been horrified at things like this, but the point of a Traveler's Notebook is to get marked up. So that's that one. I keep using it mainly just for this one at the moment. I've pretty much filled up this and I don't use it anymore because that was when I went out and I needed details, and so I pretty much only use it for this one to keep track of every journal that I make. Now the next 2 that I got were these. I got them at the same time because these were a birthday present from my mum, and she let me choose them, and you can see the inscription here. So a 2018 birthday present from my mum. And these are both Odysseys, which was my favourite line of Traveler's Notebook from Chic Sparrow. I don't think they do this line anymore, but you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but why I like this type of journal, because it's got the ink stains. That was optional actually, but I just love this look, the ink rings. As a writer, I absolutely love that, that hallmark to ink splatter. So I got different sizes. As you can see, they're all different sizes. I kind of wanted one in every size just to experiment and see what I like. This is Deluxe. Deluxe means it has the stitching around the outside because of the pockets. So Deluxe has pockets and a pen loop. That's what Deluxe means. So this is well travelled and well worn. Sorry, Deluxe Odyssey. I think the colour was Hera with ink stains, and this is the B6 Slim size. I think it's either B6 or B6 Slim, and I really do like this size. It's a bit bigger. I find these a bit too narrow because I like a lot of writing space. I also got another dashboard for this one, and I made my own inserts for it. And this one was just, okay, so I don't think there's any photos in here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So this one I took with me when I went to Cairns, not last year, the year before, and I actually used it as a travel journal. So you can see they added, you know, tickets, and while I was there I journaled every day in this and added ephemera from my trip in there. This one I won't show you because it's just got personal journaling. So this is the journal, the TN that lives in my bag. It never comes out of my bag, and I use that one for, again, now it replaces that one for the notes, like addresses, phone numbers, details I need to have on me all the time. But I also use this one for just general journaling if I'm out and about and I feel like I want to journal, if I'm at a cafe or at the beach and I just want to journal, or at church. I have my sermon notes in there too. So that's the one I think they call it an everyday carry. So it's a bit of a catch-all that I just put in that journal there, notebook. And I think I could take that one out because I'm not using it anymore. That's filled pretty much now with that holiday we took. But I did use it as a travel journal as well. And you can see again it's marking up like that. The lighter parts is where it's been marked up and scratched. But I love it. Then this one, this is the one that I haven't been using. I used to use this as a bedside table traveler's notebook, so that every night before I went to bed I'll just jot down what I did that day. And I started out doing that. Again, I make my own inserts with my favourite scrapbook papers. At first I did that. Oops. At first I did that. So just some journaling here and bits and pieces. But that's personal journaling, so I won't show you all of that. And then, yeah, I stopped. It was good while it lasted. But you can see I haven't done anything with these ones. This is some things that I was going to put into the journal that didn't quite get round to. But this is one of those pouches I got from Etsy. And I love keeping bits and pieces in there. So when I do keep bits and pieces in there, I'll figure out what I do with this one because I still like it, but it's just the size. I find this size very limiting. It's so small, but I do like having it as an option, and for different types of journaling I just got to figure out what type of journaling I want to do in this. Maybe for quotes or something that doesn't take up much space, or favourite verses, Bible verses or something like that. And then this one, this was actually my favourite one. Oh, I've got lots of favourites. This one will always be my favourite because it was inspired by Amity Bloom, and she had the exact same one, and she was the one who started my Traveller's Notebook journey. So that's why I got this one the same as her. So that will always be precious to me. But this one's so me. I love it. And this one, oh, by the way, you can see the lighter marks where it's been scratched up and things like that. Well, that's a big mark there. Wow. And I just did one with my nail. It's all good. But then this one, I also love. This one's got my favourite colour out of all of them. I can't remember what it's called. Aquamarine, I think, was the colour. And these are on Etsy. So Ink Bandits is the shop on Etsy. I added a charm. I think this is sky blue. And you could choose the colour elastic you wanted and the colour leather. So I think I chose aquamarine and sky blue, but don't quote me on that. And I actually did use this one as a travel journal too. So when I went to Melbourne for Christmas last year, this is what I used. And I documented my holiday, every day of the holiday, added ephemera, and really love it, really love it. So I actually do love using my traveller's notebooks as traveller's notebooks. But because I don't go on holidays often, you know, they kind of sit on my shelf until I go away. And especially now, I'm not going on any holidays anytime soon. But yeah, I find them very effective for holidays and travel. So anytime I do go on a holiday, I will take a traveller's notebook. So when I go to Melbourne, I will do the same thing. Because I wouldn't want to take a full-on, you know, junk journal. A junk journal, I like have daily catch-all junk journals as well, but that's just too bulky to take away and can get, you know, banged up and everything. And that's why I love the Traveler's Notebook, because you have the cover which is made to be banged up and marked, and everything's protected on the inside. And I really love, here's another pouch that I got. This one I transferred actually from this one, so I got a pouch for that one too, but because I don't use it in there, I don't think, yeah, I don't have it in there, I transferred it into here, so you can see it's a bit smaller. And I just kept all my stuff that I would want to journal with in there, so that I'd have a little travel kit when I went to Melbourne, and I did pull from that and decorate my pages. And this came with it, I asked for it, so this insert came from Ink Bandits with the journal, and same with this. And you can see, because I bulk things up, I don't like chunky, I don't use the other elastics if I don't want to, because that's nice and thin for me. This is a standard size Traveler's Notebook, and no stitching, as you can see here. This one is no stitching either, which is called Classic. With the stitching in the pockets, it's Deluxe. Without, it's Classic. And I just really love this leather. It's so beautiful and smooth. It feels a bit more furry compared to these. These are very flat and smooth, whereas this one has a bit more pull or texture on it. Again, you can see where it's been marked up. They all seem to go lighter, I suppose, when it gets marked up. And I do love this one. I especially love this one because it is a better size. I thought I wouldn't like this size because it would be too narrow, but I actually found it the most space, obviously, because it is the most space compared to the other journals, and it was enough space, sort of. I mean, I would always prefer a bigger journal, but you know, just slip in your bag, you want something compact. I like the wide pages of this one. I like the height of this one with the more surface area. So I was happy with this size. I was very, very happy with the size. And like I said, when I go on holidays, I would probably take this one because you can get more on the page. You can stick more on the page and do more writing and stuff like that. So what am I doing with this charm? I hope that was helpful. I'm not very good at reviews, I don't think. But I hope that was helpful in terms of, yeah, see, what am I doing? I want that on the right way. No, that's not the right way. Ah, there we go. Alright, yeah, I hope that was helpful, but if you have any questions, let me know. That's how they've been travelling, no pun intended. And I'm really enjoying them, and yeah, I definitely would recommend a Traveler's Notebook, I suppose, at the end of all that, in terms of a Traveler's Notebook as compared to a junk journal. Junk journal is great to have on your desk and use and add lots of stuff to, but also a Traveler's Notebook is good to add lots of stuff to, that you can travel with it. You can just chuck it in your bag, it's protected. This is supposed to last forever, the cover, and the idea is that you just swap out your inserts, and you can make your inserts. You can even do junk journal inserts. For example, I made myself a junk journal insert with this one, meaning, so for my definition of a junk journal is that rather than all the same type of paper, you use different types of pages. So you could, instead of blank paper, you can use pattern paper, magazine paper, anything. So this is my junk journal Traveler's Notebook that I made to fit in here, but I've just been using it as a journal by itself, and it sits on my desk. But yeah, I could put it in here if I wanted. And it would be great to store it as well. If I'm not using this to go on a journey or holiday, I would put this in there just to store it on my shelf once it's done, and then I'll take them out when I go on my travels, or leave it in there just to show people what it looks like. Alright guys, I hope that was helpful. That was fun to revisit these, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.